is World AIDS Day, as the world marks the 2020 edition of this annual event with the theme Ending the HIV and AIDS Epidemic, Resilience and Impact. It brings to consciousness the fact that about 38 million people are estimated to be living with the virus globally. Although the world has made significant progress since the late 1990s, HIV still remains a major global public health concern, like many other health issues. However, since the outbreak of coronavirus, the fight against HIV and AIDS seems to have been relegated. So, the question now is, what is the present status of HIV and AIDS in Nigeria? Is the country winning the war against AIDS with the advent of coronavirus? Are people suffering from the HIV and AIDS virus receiving all the necessary treatment? What about the testing? So many questions to be attended to on today's edition of Panorama, coming to you from the Lagos Network Center of the NTA. I am Dotun Ogunyemi. Thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari is reassuring Nigerians that the Boko Haram insurgency inherited by his administration will not be handed over to its successor in office. The president, who stated this Monday evening at a strategic meeting with the Senate President Ahmad Lawan, said more decision and proactive measures are underway towards ending the menace. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
At the instance of President Muhammadu Buhari, Senate President Ahmed Lawan led a high-powered presidential delegation to Borno State on a sympathy and fact-finding visit following the brutal killings of rice farmers in parts of the state. He is here alongside the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and member of delegation to give President Muhammadu Buhari a feedback on their engagements with stakeholders, especially the Zabarmari community where the killings took place. After their discussions that lasted about 1 hour, Senate President Ahmed Lawan told NTA News that President Buhari will not leave anything to chance in the renewed onslaught against terrorism and insurgency.
Mr. President said he inherited insurgency and he will finish with the insurgency before he leaves office by the grace of God. He will make available as much resources as possible for our armed forces to be well prepared and armed to fight the insurgency that has bedeviled that part of the country.
This fight is a national fight. It's not executive or legislature, but working together, and it's a manifestation of the close working between the legislature and the executive. One other takeaway is the resilience of the community. Here, the people who have just lost loved ones, and yet they came out, Zabamari, and welcomed us, and the message of hope and commitment of the Mr. President is remarkable. And the second one is really the efforts and the leadership of the governor of Borno State, and particularly in terms of resettling the IDP, over 22 camps. And in order for the people to return to their places of origin, we have to beef up security. We have to also try to assist them in terms of education for their children, health facilities for the people, and above all, means of livelihood.
The Senate President said on his part, the National Assembly will continue to give President Buhari the maximum support he requires to succeed in the battle against insecurity.
This is one thing that we must do, because there is nothing better than security. You provide security, everything will go on well. I want to also add here that there is need for new thinking, there is need for new strategies, there is need for more commitment, there is need for more motivation for our armed forces. In addition to the support, we should also give them targets.
Senator Ahmed Lawan called for more support, understanding and cooperation on the part of Nigerians as the government strives towards securing the country for a prosperous future. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari had earlier sent a joint delegation of the federal government and the legislature to condone with the people and government of Borno State over Saturday's killing of rice farmers in Sabamari local government area of Jere local government area, where in Borno State. The delegation, led by Senate President Ahmed Lawan and Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Gambari, also visited bereaved families in Zabamari village to convey the President's commiseration. Mohammed Ibrahim reports. It's on this note that we like to end Panorama and join our outcast broadcast crew for the launch of the National Gas Expansion Program by President Muhammadu Buhari.
NPC, we welcome you again. And of course, where we have the director of DPR, we have the director of PEF also in the room. We welcome all of you, distinguished.
This is the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. We are live in the nation's capital city, Abuja. Good afternoon and welcome to the live broadcast of a historic event, the climax of concerted efforts by the federal government in ensuring a smooth and quick transition to a cleaner and cheaper